holistic travel nurse here, Naomi, and in this video, I have some great news. I have a wonderful gem on. His name is Rob. He is going to tell us his story of why he decided to pursue natural healing and what changing his diet has done in his life. So, Rob.
Yeah, well, hi, Naomi. It's great to be with you. I'm so excited, so passionate about this, and I have been for some while. So if I can just share with you a little bit, and I'll try to keep it in a nutshell, as brief as I can, but try to explain it. So, this was probably about 5 years ago. I was at my highest weight ever. I was 226 pounds. I'm about 6'1". Was eating the standard American diet, the SAD diet. And I was sitting here one night, never thought about health too much, took it for granted. So at that time I would have been like 45 years old, and was going through the channels late at night. It was probably about 12:30 in the morning, couldn't find nothing to watch on TV. And all of a sudden I ran across the infomercial for the NutriBullet. And it's like a light bulb went off in my head. I was like, that's it. That's the answer. That's how I'm going to get healthier and lose some weight, whatever. So I wrote the number down, jotted the number down, ordered it within a few days, went out, well, actually bought it from, I believe it was Walmart, picked up my first NutriBullet, started juicing whole foods, not just the juice, but the fiber and everything. And started blending them, and started working out though at the gym at the same time. And I was working out like a gym rat. But anyway, so at that time, I had some neck pain. I had some arthritis, probably, you might say. I was lethargic. I had no energy, as a typical American. And after I started juicing with the NutriBullet every day, probably for about a year, like 14, 15 months. And I managed to lose, for the first time, 60 pounds. I got rid of all of, I had no more arthritis or no more back pain. I had back pain a lot, neck pain. My energy went through the roof. I felt almost like a new person again. I was like, wow, this is, the power of food. So it got me thinking. Then the second, so I went back and forth with the standard American diet because it's so addicting, as most of us know, with the foods, the flavor enhancers and so on that they put in them. So I struggled off and on for about the next 2 or 3 years and got off track with working out and gained all my weight back. But I was still excited about what to learn and passionate about, the possibility of foods healing the body. So the second part of it my story is a couple years later, I'm back at 224 pounds, almost my highest weight ever. BMI is high. My body fat percentage, is super high. And so I had heard, I watched a YouTube video, or was it on television? Dr. Joel Fuhrman was introduced by him on PBS, 3 Steps to Incredible Health. And I happened to see that. And that was the second thing that changed my life and allowed me to get healthier, lose the weight. So I was like, same thing. I was like, that's it. Who is this guy, Joel Fuhrman? I was like, wow, it's amazing. And so I went out and bought the book, Eat to Live. And read the book, found it incredibly fascinating. And so I learned to adopt and learn the health benefits to preventing, or to helping with illness and disease, I should just say. And started doing plant-based, eating plant-based, whole food plant-based. And, and so I got back on track with that. Stopped juicing as much and just eating a lot of, nuts, vegetables, fruits, seeds, legumes, that kind of stuff, plant-based. Anyway, so I was able then to, without any exercise now, this has been just about 5 months. It's pretty incredible. It even blew my mind that I was able to lose another 50 some pounds. Within a period of like 5 months, I actually have the actual doctor's, the information from the doctor of my weight and stuff when I had went in and what the date of that. And so now to this point, going plant-based, whole food plant-based, again, following, this type of lifestyle, I'm at one of my lowest weights. I feel incredible. I feel, I'm 50 years old. I feel like I'm in my 20s. I have the energy, like it's incredible.
And now you're encouraging others to do the same?
Oh my gosh. I am so, so passionate about doing this. I know the power of food. I know the oils, how they can help people, and herbs and spices. I mean, it's just, and I want to do this more than anything else in the world.
Yeah. So what is your favorite diet look like in a day for you that you feel like you made, or it gives you energy that you start your day with?
Yeah, so for instance, for breakfast, I might have a good handful of organic spinach. I'll have some raw organic walnuts, some pecans, organic raw, and maybe a few tomatoes, organic cherry tomatoes, a couple pieces of fruit. It might be a few bananas, some organic romaine lettuce, and maybe an apple, and and some sesame seeds that are raw, I eat a ton of raw sesame or raw nuts and seeds every day. And with the Eat to Live program that I do, it incorporates these foods which help to prevent illness. These foods, I should just say, that are so beneficial to our health. And so there's a few of them. I'm sorry?
They're healing to our body.
Absolutely, they are. And Hippocrates said this 2,000 years ago, the father of medicine. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. And again, 5 years ago, I ate pizza, I ate chips, I ate my share, a ton of.
You're addicting. I feel
it
the same.
is
You're addicting.
Absolutely. But I'll tell you what, Naomi, as we're talking about that, it's taken me now twice as I've gotten off track in the last 5 years, back and forth. I feel I'm at a point now, and I'm so confident that the information I've learned, the resources, and so on, the videos I've seen, I'm so confident that I can stick with a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. And notice I say lifestyle. It's not a diet, because you do it long term for the rest of your life. And so that I've gotten away from these addictions for the most part, and can do this now for the rest of my life. It's very exciting. And I can tell people, and I tell this to my family and my friends and share this, that it's taken me twice. The first time when I seen the NutriBullet and started to get healthy, and the second time where I started following Eat to Live program, it's taken me 2 times, both times, after I switched to plant-based, got rid of the highly toxic processed foods, and started increasing the micronutrient, super antioxidant type foods, and so on, that it's taken me about just under 2 weeks to get rid of almost all of my cravings. Gone, vanished. So they will subside. People have to just hang in there and push through that, and know that if you can do that, you're protecting your health, or doing the best you can to achieve optimal health, reverse, some of these problems that people have, and in some cases, and you can do this for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I totally agree. We just did 30 days, and now I realize that I have to stay away from gluten so bad that if I get a little of my diet, I get so upset stomach. And my dad's like, maybe you have celiac. I'm like, I don't think it's that bad as celiac. I just think that after 30 days, it takes 28 to 38 days of being out of your diet. And when it's out of your diet completely and you throw it back in, you'll know if it's a food sensitivity. And we have so many of them because we have so many toxins in our foods. Correct. And so we could prevent people's diseases and illnesses just by having people change their diet. And it can be hard. The first couple of weeks, did you feel like it was kind of hard? I felt
Oh,
kind of,
you're talking to me? I'm sorry. So sorry.
yeah,
Was it kind of hard? Absolutely. I struggled. I went back and forth. I would eat healthy for, 6 months, a year. That was the first time. And I started giving in to the temptation that we all have, these addictive, highly processed, toxic
yeah,
foods. And as soon as I started eating some of that stuff, and especially over, it doesn't take long, a week, whatever, the more of them you eat, the more addicted I started getting, again, craving them and giving into them, and I got addicted. And so then I would fall off plant-based eating, whole food plant-based eating, and started back on the standard American diet. And I did that 4 or 5 times. Now I have gotten to the point, again, over the last 6 months, roughly, that I've lost the weight again, feel amazing, and I'm
yeah,
confident that I've learned enough from others, thankfully, and watched enough, and I'm still learning every day. That's what's so exciting. But
yeah.
I'm confident that I can stay with it, and I know how important it is to our health to eat
Yep.
healthy and to eliminate the toxic foods that cause us to get illness and sickness,
Yep.
and
Well,
and cut our life short, frankly.
exactly. Well, you have a combination of foods, and then you have a combination of just chemicals that we can't. Um, there's things in the air that we can't even get out of, but if we're giving our body the wrong fuel, then we're not going to be burning really good stuff, and we're just not going to feel drained. We're going to feel horrible. We're not going to have the energy. We're going to all those things, and so if we give our body the right fuel, it's going to be able to do the right things. And I believe God designed us to repair and heal. And I believe he said, and that's why I think that, like, not every diet's for everybody. I think there are people that do well with vegan. There are very people that do well with meat, and we have to be careful. There's certain people that do either or. There are certain body types for that. And you almost see that in the Bible, in the sense that they had the Daniel's diet, and he would only eat fruits and vegetables, and he didn't eat meat. And then people did a lot of different fasting and a lot of different, just not for just rituals, you think, also for spiritual connection with our body, but then the physical body. We don't think about, there's so much of that in knowledge. And it would be good, what we just encourage people to make those steps to really stick to it, and get support. Like, you have a great Facebook group where you help support people, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've been blessed to be able to grow that, and a lot of people, my goal again is to try to get this information, which isn't publicly known, to everybody, as many people as I can. They have to know this stuff. And
Yeah.
if I can just add, the two things I want to say that I've learned that create illness and disease and promote it are two things. It's nutritional deficiency in the body, which almost all Americans have here, and maybe even in other places, and it's toxic overload.
Yep.
So it's a combination of the two. We're not getting the essential vitamins, mineral, phytochemicals, plant compounds, which there's literally hundreds of them, which I never knew, in our plants that we consume. Thousands, actually, in some cases, or around 1,000 or more. Some that haven't even been discovered yet, and they're still working on it. But they've discovered many of them that protect our bodies, just like they protect the plants from illness, disease, fungus, predators, and so on. When we ingest those plant compounds, they protect our bodies as well, and our cells.
Yeah. We can make, it's about choices. It's about living that healthy lifestyle, and you're going to cut disease risk way down. You're going to be able to feel better, have more energy, and I mean, that's what we are all needing and wanting. I mean, I hate seeing people over and over in the hospital, and our standard American diet issues and the lifestyle of chemicals that are out there are just killing people. I think it is, in a way, killing people.
Absolutely. And it's digging our graves very early. There's, people who follow a healthy lifestyle, and what does that mean when they say, and this is where there's a problem, they say eat healthy. There's so much more to know. It's so much more complex and complicated than that. what foods, what are out there, and what I learned too over the last 5 years is, and I could say this from looking back on how I was. I think most people go to a grocery store, for instance, with a standard American diet, and it's like they have blinders on. They're focused on the foods that they buy, which are highly toxic, disease
Mm-hmm.
promoting, inflammation promoting, and so on
Yeah.
foods, and they just hit those foods. But I work for an organic health store,
Awesome.
and it's like this whole world opens up of all the herbs and oils and spices and foods. I mean, it's virtually endless. I always tell people, and I tell some of our guests, I say, if I only had an unlimited income, what I could do. I mean, there is so much out there, including supplements. So,
Yeah.
but we've gotten to the point where most Americans, I feel, are told, well, you need to be on this diet, fad diet, and this one, and this one. And you know what? They get to a point where they lose a little weight. And as some of you, and I'm sure most of you know, is when you lose the weight and then it's a diet, so it's a temporary thing, you
Mm-hmm.
can't maintain it for the rest of your life. It's not a lifestyle. And when you go back, you lose the weight, and then you start eating unhealthy again, you gain it back. And
Yeah.
sometimes, most times, even more. And so, um, that's kind of where that's at.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you're exactly hit the nail on the head. So it's cool that you can see that you can do it. You can make some changes, and I always tell people start with a cleanse, and doing a cleanse, and then making the changes in your diet and getting the things out of your diet that aren't that great. It's okay once in a while to indulge in chocolate and sugar once in a while. I have to be
Right.
careful. We have to be careful to have those special indulgences. We're taping this and it's Valentine's Day tomorrow. So my husband bought me chocolate. I might indulge in some actual sugar and chocolate.
For
Um,
sure.
but I stick to stevia and honey, and I enjoy just fruit. And but everybody, I mean, I made paleo cupcakes today too. I was like, well, I'm gonna make a paleo based cupcake, and it's all healthy. I know when my body is full of junk, I'm gonna fill junk. If I'm filling it with good stuff, it's going to have more energy. So,
Yep,
and
absolutely, Naomi. Go ahead.
yeah, I think that's what we really want to see, and you and I both think alike, that we want to be able to help people know that they have that option, and you can do it inexpensively too. You can start this inexpensive change, and it's actually less expensive than going through
Yeah,
those rounds of seeing doctor after doctor. And you got to understand, as a nurse, I'm telling you that they're limited in the physician world, that they are not taught any nutrition.
correct.
And so unless you've seen a functional medicine doctor or a naturopath or a dietitian, you're not going to get the education about how to really reverse possible illnesses or weight loss or anything that you're trying to take care of with your diet, unless maybe if you need those help, you can get those help with those people. I mean, you're just not going to get it from possibly your primary MD.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, there's not many of them that understand it.
No, they're not educated. They have very little training in med school when it comes to nutrition. And so the average person probably knows as much as they do when it comes to plant-based nutrition, for instance, and the benefits. And
Yep.
so, our bodies were designed by God to last, say, 90, 100 years, but it's what we're doing and not doing to ourselves that are digging our early graves, giving
Mhm.
us heart disease, cancer, diabetes, high blood
Yep.
pressure, dementia, Alzheimer's, strokes, and so on and
Yep.
so on. And I can also tell you, Naomi, too, I'll share with these people, is that when you do transition to a healthy lifestyle, plant-based, at least from what I've seen and learned,
Yeah.
your memory and your focus and your concentration, I feel alive. I feel
Cool.
alive. And I've told my parents, my family, I'm so blessed. We're close, my whole family. And I tell them that. I'm like, I was only living maybe 40%. Now I feel like I'm living 80, 90%. I feel vital, energetic, alive. And it changes. And it also, when you do the right things and when you get rid of the wrong things as far as a diet or lifestyle, it changes who you are, the confidence, the self-esteem. It affects your relationships. It affects your job, because when you're feeling better, when you have more energy, you're able to do better, get more promotions, make more income, and so on. And so
So
it affects your friendships and all aspects of your life.
that is so awesome that you have made that change, and you've also made that huge shift of helping others. You have a whole community that you have started on Facebook, which is super cool. What is your
I
Facebook?
have. So
Facebook?
my Facebook page,
Yeah, don't you have a group?
I do. My Facebook group is Foods That Prevent Disease and Heal the Body. And so
You need to add
anybody is,
me to that group. I'm super
I'm
excited.
sorry?
You've got to add me to your group.
Absolutely. I will definitely do that. And yeah, it's growing. You know, I have over 400 members now, 400 Facebook friends. And I have just under 4,000 Facebook friends now who I promote this type of lifestyle to as many people as I can. You know, I have a mission in life, and I'm so passionate about this, like you are, Naomi. And I
Yeah.
can see that. I want to get this in front of everybody, and I want to do what it takes, because we are not told this information that is
Yep.
ruining the quality of our lives and not allowing us to live
Yep.
a healthy, vibrant, energetic life. And people, let's say if you are lucky enough to get to 60, 70, 80 years old, it's the quality of life, not only the length, how
Exactly.
long you live on this earth. And
Exactly.
you know, the average person, as being a nurse, Naomi, the last few years of your life for most Americans are terrible. It's suffering and pain and lethargy and being overweight and all these things. The
Yeah.
other thing with the plant-based lifestyle is, and I learned this for the second time as I've shared my story, when I didn't exercise, that was so exciting to me. Exercise is incredibly beneficial, as most of us know. However, I wasn't I learned that just a whole food plant-based lifestyle, I follow a nutritarian lifestyle, to prevent illness and diseases, you automatically will drop the weight and get healthy, but drop the weight, which is what exactly happened to me, 50 some pounds in only 10 months. I wasn't even trying. I just knew at this point, 5 months ago, just over 5 months ago, that if I follow this type of lifestyle, I will automatically lose the weight. And
Awesome.
sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
That is so awesome to hear your story and to hear how your life completely changed, and how your passion in life is completely changed, and how you are actually encouraging others to the same.
I wish everyone could feel the way I do right now. And I say this not to boast or brag, the same as I tell my family and the weight I've lost and whatever. It's to inspire, motivate, encourage others to do the same, because I've seen what it can do, and it transforms you and your life.
Oh, that's so exciting. So
It is.
exciting. Rob, that was so exciting to have you on my channel and just to share that knowledge of that.
Well,
Changing
it's a
your
pleasure.
diet and your lifestyle, it can really change you. I mean, really
Dramatic.
dramatically benefit your life.
And
You should
extend
really
your
post
life.
a before and after for me too, and I'll have to get some pictures and I can post them a before and after.
Definitely. I will do that. And it's been so wonderful to have this opportunity to talk with you, Naomi.
Yes.
Your integrity and the fact that you want to help people, that's what I'm all about, is incredible. And so it's just an amazing, opportunity that I feel have to be blessed to be able to have someone like you come into my life to share this information and to work with someone like this as well and have an opportunity.
Yep.
So thank you.
I'm super excited. Rob might even join our oil team and learn more about oils. We're so excited about that.
I am so excited about it as well.
Yes. I'm going to thank you for being at this for the channel. I'm going to end the video and record it. And we just ask you to share this with others and to give us a thumbs up and make the changes. And then comment below how you've made the changes.
Absolutely. Share it with as many people as you can, because you can help impact their life and their health.
Absolutely.